Hi, I'm Huzefa Tavawalla and I head the Technology and International Commercial Law practice at Desai Associates. I'm going to speak on the budget which was announced by the Finance Minister today, the 2016 budget, and its impact specifically on the IP and technology front. First, we'll start off on the IP front. There has been a lot of demand of the startup policies in India, and along with that, the PM has also rolled out the Make in India initiative. In continuance of the same and the commitment towards Make in India, the Finance Minister has announced the introduction of the patent box regime. So what does that mean for Indian companies? This essentially says that a certain tax rebates would be offered for patents which are developed and registered in India. This would further help in indigenizing the R&D centers of companies in India and making India an IP hub. So going forward, if any IP, any patent which is registered and developed in India and there is monetization of such patent, any monies received from the same in the forms of royalties would be taxed only at a rate of 10%, as opposed to the normal corporate tax of 30% which is applicable, but the same would not apply for patents which are developed and registered in India, and hence limiting it only to a 10% tax rate. However, any patents which are claiming the favorable tax rate, any expenses would not be allowed in relation to deductions on such patent. Having said that, any expenses which are undertaken by the companies in relation to such patents, they can be included in their capital expenditures, and over a period of time depreciation can be claimed. So to sum up, on the IP front, this is a welcome initiative, a welcome development, and further enhances the commitment of Make in India, but of course in this front it's on the technology and the patent front. Moving forward on the technology front, specifically in relation to SEZs, there were certain reforms and announcements which were made. If you recollect, last year the Finance Minister said that the corporate tax rates are going to be gradually reduced from 30 to 25%, and in relation to that he also mentioned that certain other subsidies and exemptions which are there, they would diminish, and those exemptions would no longer be available. In continuance of the budget last year, the Finance Minister has announced that the exemption and tax benefits which were there for SEZs would no longer be applicable as follows. First and foremost, units in relation to an SEZ, typically technology companies offering services or any other companies exporting materials from SEZs were eligible to certain tax benefits. These benefits would no longer be applicable from 2020 April 1st. In other words, any companies, tech companies or other companies who are going to provide services, who are going to commence providing services or commence selling of exporting of goods and materials after April 1st 2020 would not be eligible for the SEZ benefits. Also, the benefits which were available to developers who actually go and develop these SEZ units also had some of these exemptions which they were availing of. Even there has been a sunset on them, which means, and the text of the proposed budget and the speech which came in and followed with the bill, it says that any developers developing units or commencing to develop units from April 1st 2017 would not be eligible to avail of these special tax benefits which were applicable in the past. Having said that, earlier the developers were any which way subject to a minimum alternate tax which was MAT, but for any projects which commence from April 1st 2017, it would be a normal tax rate which would be applicable to them. So these two are the broad changes on the IP front and the technology front. There have been certain other interesting updates on the taxation front, which a report would follow soon from our firm. Thank you so much.